Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live wire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't wanna miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats, you know that we gotta run it back. Whether on the field or the court, you know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.
All right, what's good, everyone? All right, so the Washington Commanders training camp has kicked off, and yesterday was the first day of training camp with a lot of things that I am looking forward to see the growth of the offensive line. How will the offensive line gel? Also, De'Ami Brown, what he's going to do now with there's rumors about Brandon Ayuk is trying to get a trade. Plus, I want Emmanuel Forrest also. He put on a little weight so he could be a little bit stronger because he damn sure got pushed around a lot last year. Also, I want to see how the rookies fare and everything. I'm not so much worried about Jayden Daniels because Jayden Daniels is going to be Jayden Daniels, and he's going to do the things that he needs to do. Also, I want to see what Jahan Dotson going to look like. I want to see what Luke McCaffrey going to look like. I want to see what Brian Robinson. I want to see what Austin Eckler is going to be like. I want to see what the defense is going to look like. The new pieces that we have added in with the departure of Chase Young and Montez Sweat. So there's a lot going into this year's training camp with new regime. Actually, the new regime is, in their second year. New GM, Adam Peters, new head coach, Dan Quinn, new offensive coordinator, new defensive coordinators. I mean, so many different pieces that this team has. And the excitement is really different from what we have been accustomed to in the last 3 or 4 years on the Riverboat Run. But I have a couple of highlights from training camp to show y'all guys. Like I said, I'm not worried about Jayden Daniels. I think Jayden Daniels is going to fare well. Minicamp, he did well. Terry McLaurin, loving him. He's giving him high praise. So, and like I said, people look at Jayden Daniels for his running ability, but if you paid attention to him last year with LSU, and even when he was at Arizona State, he could throw the ball. He has a touch. We even doing pro days this past season that he threw the ball pretty good. He has a very good deep ball, a good deep ball placement. He can place the ball. Like I said, I think he's one of the best throwers of this young rookie class. He don't have to run off script to make a spectacular play. He knows how to sit in the pocket. He knows how to put the ball where it needs to be. Now, before I even get into the video, Terry McLaurin was impressed by Jayden Daniels' ball placement, specifically on the short hitch route. Basically, only the receiver could make the play. And we've seen that. Like I said, if you go back and watch his tape from college, you can see he can make some throws. Like I said, everybody gets caught up in his running ability, which is amazing, which is spectacular. But the fact of the matter is that the Washington Commanders got a guy that knows how to throw and run the ball. Now, Terry did say in the column is that in the high end zone, red zone, Terry was impressed by Jayden Daniels' ball placement on the short hitch route, which he said is usually difficult to complete when a defensive back has help behind him and can play tighter coverage without having worried about being beaten downfield. In this case, Daniels threw the ball low in a way which may have looked awkward because it forced Terry to twist backwards to make the catch. But the receiver thought it was perfectly because only he could make the play. And that's what you need. And then, I mean, if you look at some of the best throws of the game, how they place the ball only for the receiver to get it, that shows you a lot because that quarterback is not going to make a lot of mistakes. He's not going to throw a lot of interceptions. And if his receiver could only get the ball, it's going to one or two things is going to happen. It's going to be incomplete, and plus it's going to be a catch. But Jayden Daniels has that philosophy to his touch that it's going to be hard for defenders to pick him off this year. Now, I'm not saying he won't throw an interception. Yeah, it's going to come. But the way that Terry McLaurin is describing him now, it's good to see. So here's a couple of highlights from yesterday's training camp. Do you see that zip on Jayden Daniels' ball? Do you see the zip on it? I mean, that see stuff like that. I love. I love stuff like that. Me personally, I'm all good. I like a quarterback that can run, but when a quarterback can sit in that pocket and throw that ball, I get excited from that. I love stuff like that. That right there gets me going. I love it because it just goes to show how the um the quarterback has taken accountability of what he's doing. So here's more highlights from training camp, and then I'll get to a bigger broad. Now, the one thing that I do want to show that Jaden Daniel is very light on his feet. If you really pay attention to him, how he moves, how he skips back, how fluid he is, he's kind of like a ballerina. You know what I'm saying? He's kind of like, great graceful with his footwork. It's not it don't take so much of a move back or stump back. He kind of like glides back, and the touch on on the ball is so pretty. It shows so much philosophy. He don't have to use so much arm strength, and it looks like he's put a little muscle on his arms too. So and his touch is so soft and beautiful, like some of the greats. Like some quarterbacks like a Dan Marino, they can throw very 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 hard, but at the same time you could have that perfect touch. I think Mahomes, he does that a little bit. He throws the light touch of a ball. So it's good to see what's going on right now with everything. I definitely want to see what Jamie Davis look like. Like I said, I want to see what Federa Mathis look like. Are they gonna make the cut? You know, that's going to be a thing. Because the thing about Federa Mathis, he hasn't played since he was drafted, and he got hurt, and now it's going to be very telling if Federa Mathis can make the team. It's going to be. I mean, he could get cut and be on the practice squad, so who knows? John Klein also commented said that Stanfield and Daniels, those two will kick ass for a long time. You know, Stanfield, we got held by the Michigan. He's a dog too. He's definitely a dog. But I am, like I said, I normally I would have been to the training camp this year, but I'm not going to be able to make it because of production with my job. But I will continue to bring highlights and insight to for training camp. Today is day 2. Yesterday was day 1, so I'm covering day 1. Just going over some stuff real quick. Also, here's one last highlight. What I think WUSA News covers some of the training camp.
The burgundy and gold hit the practice field today for the first day of Camp Commanders. And look, there was just a different feeling in the air. The team is excited, the fans are excited, and we here at WUSA 9 are excited to be the official TV station of the Washington Commanders.
Yes, our partnership means you will get exclusive access to the players and coaches. Plus, we'll be the first to bring you confirmed information directly from the team. Our Chick Hernandez is live at Commanders Park in Ashburn tonight. Chick, we know it was a busy day there. So what's one word you would use to describe this new era of Commanders football?
I have used professionalism, Lorenzo, but I think maybe efficient is a better word for what the Burgundy and Gold have done over the last few months, and certainly today on day 1 of training camp. Very crisp practice, and just exciting to see everybody out there. Finally, we're 5 weeks away from a roster decision that will affect the lives of many and a franchise as well. So, of course, the hot topic is the man of the minute, the man of the hour, the man of the month. Jayden Daniels is that dude. He's the guy, and he worked out today for this franchise. I'll tell you what, he worked with the 1s and 2s. Of course, Dan Quinn's job, he said yesterday that Jayden Daniels will not talk to the media, but he won't also name them the starter because they'll both know when they're ready, both the player and the coaches. Newsflash, by the way, he's going to be the starter. One of the keys to the success will be the wideout Terry McLaurin. 6th year, 3rd coaching staff. Now the past is the past. He loves the present.
There's no favoritism. There's no, well, because you did this here or because, you had this season last year. Like, we got guys and coaches from all over the place. But one thing they have is we have a lot of guys with experience, leadership, championship pedigree, and who are competitors who want to come in and make this organization better and win together. And I think you can feel that juice. And then when you have the opportunity just to come out here and compete, that's what you love to do. You don't have to really focus on a lot of the off-field stuff we may have had, but you get to focus on football and how you get better and try to earn your spot on this team.
Yeah, and the spot on the team will be determined by Dan Quinn and the staff. As I said, 5 weeks from now will be a cut down from 90 to 53-man roster. But, of course, the vibe very good here at camp. A lot of positives. But, look, Dan Quinn got to a Super Bowl and won it as defensive coordinator in Seattle with, by the way, his linebacker here, Bobby Wagner, and then went and took, as a head coach, the Atlanta Falcons to the Super Bowl. So Commanders Nation is all about expectations. Dan Quinn says, hold that thought.
Number one, the expectations I don't really talk about other than, there's going to be a lot of winning here that's done. And you can't put the winning before the standards and the championship habits that you create together. And so that's what this time is for. So in all that we do, I expect to see championship standards, the way we meet, the way we practice, the way we communicate. When those things take place, the winning goes. So as far as the expectations, I'm hopeful that every time you and our families and friends watch us play, so these guys absolutely bring it. And that part of our energy, if we get that right, and championship standards and the execution, the wins will take care of themselves. But there's so many things right now that I want to get accomplished with identity. We'll talk about that later.
See, again, Dan Quinn says no bold expectations. Just temper it right now. Let us do our thing. Let's be smart. and find out who we are, get an identity, and then get it going for the National Football League season 2024. Coming up at 6 o'clock, by the way, I'll talk with his linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And also, modern technology means that.
All right, so you hear what Dan Quinn had to say in that interview was we got to establish our identity, expectations. Let's not move too fast because there's still a long way to go, and which I agree. And as Commander fans, they're going to start talking crazy, talking about how many games we're gonna win, how we're gonna make the playoffs. This year, I love Dan Quinn being there. I love Adam Pierce. I love my quarterback, Jayden Daniels, who I was raving about so much in the off season and in college. But I want this team to play game by game. I don't want to put a number on how many games we win. I do feel that we could make the playoffs, but I do want to see how this roster shape up because I do want to see what they look like in preseason going into the regular season, which I think we only going to have 2 or 3 preseason games. But nevertheless, the Washington Commanders are kicking off the 2024 training camps season in a high note. And until then, guys, leave your comments below. Like, comment, subscribe. Until the next one. Like I said, it's been a while since I did a Washington Commander video. I wanted to start covering some of the training camp new buzz and what's going on and how they look and stuff like that out. But I'm still doing other sports topics right now, covering whatever I need to cover. But until then, this is your boy Live Wire Sports Media, and you know what it is. I see you when I see you.
Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live Wire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't wanna miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats. You know that we gotta run it back, whether on the field or the court. You know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.